Good morning. This is Sunday, July 19th service. And I'm Reverend Judy Hildebrand, who along with Reverend Kathy Kellogg, we serve as ministers at Unity of Mesa. And I am joined this morning by Joyce Kaye, who will be leading meditation, and Dennis Hubert, who will be performing our music. And we're blessed to have both of these congregants with us. And we're going to start by lighting our Christ candle. That is the candle that we use as a symbol for that divine presence that we are, that is within us, that moves in, through, and as us. And it's that reminder for me that I am a light, and I can let my light shine brightly, and so can you. Our affirmation this morning is, I am a possibilitarian. Listen to the word possibilitarian. Can you join me? Really like you mean it, even though you may not know what it means yet. I am a possibilitarian. We'll talk about that during the talk. And as I think about being a possibilitarian, as we recreate our life, right? We create our possibilities, and one of the things we talk about is always creating an altar. So as I'm getting brave about opening up more and more of my house and kind of hopping around the house doing the recordings, this is the corner that I look into as I'm working at my desk at home. And this is my shelf, that's my altar. I've got all sorts of little things in there that just remind me of my own divinity, remind me of my mentors, remind me of the greater world that we live in. And so I wanted to share that with you this morning, because in that view from my desk, there's always that reminder that there are so many possibilities, and they come from so many different places. So let's take that into our prayer. We just breathe in, breathing in that breath of spirit and allowing it to actually breathe us, feeling full of hope, feeling full of compassion for others and for ourselves, feeling full of spirit, allowing that fullness to support us, whether we are in a struggle, we are making it through, or we are skipping through this part of life, totally unfazed by that which is going on around us. We know that we carry that hope with us, we carry that faith with us, and we stand on solid ground because of it. And we uncover that bright, glowing light that we are. And we allow others to see it. We allow others to use it if their way has become dark. And we are grateful to walk with others in their struggles and in their joy. And we are full of possibilities. And we are possibilitarians, and so it is. Amen. And now I turn it over to Dennis, and I believe this might be the song that he actually wrote.
I'd like to sing a song I wrote called The Path. When we were young, they told us who to be, what to do, and how to see. We listened to the words they said, some of them got in our heads. Yet we found our own way naturally. We taught ourselves new ways to be. We listened to our heart instead and learned to follow where it led. We all walk the path we chose. We follow it wherever it may go. We keep on through the ups and downs, enjoying as it winds around. Where it leads us, no one really knows. That's the beauty of the path we chose. And now we walked along this road a while. We learned a lesson every mile. The unexpected joy we find on a journey of our own design. We all walk the path we chose. We follow it wherever it may go. We keep on through the ups and downs, enjoying as it winds around. Where it leads us, no one really knows. That's the beauty of the path we chose. And sometimes, yes, a U-turn may be best. And sometimes we may need to take a rest, or ask for directions, or take a suggestion. We all walk the path we chose. We follow it wherever it may go. We keep on through the ups and downs, enjoying as it winds around. Where it leads us, no one really knows. That's the beauty of the path we chose. That's the beauty of the path we chose.
Thank you, Dennis. So appreciate what you're bringing to us at this point in this time in our world. I have a few things for you to know. So fellowship, come on, let's talk. Bring a beverage and let's Zoom with the church family and Reverend Kathy and myself in our virtual garden. We start right after service today and every Sunday, and it's not too late to sign up to register on our website now, unityofmesa.org, and you'll be sent the link so you can drop in and just say hi to us or hang around, chit chat, and talk for a while. So don't wait till the end of service because we might miss you. If you would like our prayer chaplains to pray for you or someone you care about, go to our Unity Cares page under the Ministries tab for prayer request forms. There you will also find information on direct prayer support and other spiritual support we offer. Our CARES team began reaching out this past week and will continue on through this week, making phone calls. And if you did not receive a call in April and you would like one, please email your name and phone number to admin@unityofmesa.org. The survey we've been talking about for a few weeks now is being updated to fit the new circumstances here in Arizona. It doesn't make sense to send it out right now when some businesses are starting to get shut down again. So we will give you advance notice when to look for it in your email. But do know that we have been working towards a reopening plan when the time is right. Reverend Kathy is hosting a 5-minute Bible talk every Friday morning at 10 a.m. on Facebook and YouTube, exploring, questioning, and reclaiming meaning from the text, historically, socially, and spiritually. Take a listen, and then if you feel like it, join the discussion with her on the second and fourth Fridays at 7 p.m. Sign up for the Zoom link on our classes page. The next discussion meeting is July 24th. We have just put on the calendar a women's drumming circle for August 3rd. Please check that out on the website for more information if you are called to drum and we plan on using this to send out love, peace, and compassion into our world. The Sangha is every Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. and Karen and Tony would love to have you join them. It's a Sangha is one of the foundational principles in Buddhism. It is a group of individuals learning and celebrating together the Dharma and the Buddha. Sign up on our classes page for the link. And then even though we are not physically in our buildings, we do continue to be responsible for the upkeep of facility and staff salaries. We're so grateful for your financial gifts that support the spiritual home so that we might continue to enlighten, empower, and energize one another to uplift our world through a greater expression of God. And there are many ways to give, indirectly by ordering books like The Wonderful Lessons of the Turtle through our website, and adding Unity Church of the East Valley as your favorite charity on Smile, Amazon, and Fry's Rewards, and directly through online giving using the Give Plus app, or by sending a check because we do pick up the mail every day. All this info and more can be found on our website, unityofmesa.org. If you're watching on YouTube, just click the link in the description. Now, if you can take your gift of love in your hands, nestle it in there, hold it softly, hold it gently, hold it tenderly, and say with me our offering blessings. Divine love flowing through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, Spirit of Abundance. And now, let us prepare for meditation.
Good morning. Get settled in a comfortable position and then close your eyes if you are comfortable doing so. Take a deep, long in-breath. Hold it for a second and then release it. Take another deep, long in-breath. Hold it for a second and then release it through your mouth with an audible ah, letting go of the outer world and just relaxing, just being, just enjoying this present moment now. As we each stop and go within, we are able to connect to the wisdom we each have and to listen to it as it is revealed to us. Norman Vincent Peale said, "Become a possibilitarian. No matter how dark things seem to be or actually are, raise your sights and see possibilities. Always see them, for they are always there. There are always possibilities for possibilitarians." I invite you to reflect upon those words and spend a few minutes in the silence, going deeper and listening for Spirit's wisdom to be revealed. It is now time to slowly start coming back to the outer realm. Breathe deeper, wiggle your toes, stretch your arms and legs, and slowly open your eyes. Take a deep breath and let go, feeling refreshed and ready to go about the remainder of your day. I affirm for each of us, I am a possibilitarian. I raise my sights and see the possibilities that are around me always. I am grateful, and so it is. Namaste.
Let's do a song by Daniel Nahmad, Waiting on Nothing. Wait until the summer's over, wait until your life's begun, wait until you learn to walk, wait until you learn to run, wait until you're sure you're ready, wait until the drama's through. When you're just a little older, maybe then they'll call on you. You can do just what you want to, as long as you finish school. Wait until you have the answers, wait until you know the rules. Oh, 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 so tired of waiting, 'cause I've been waiting so long. A million moments been and gone, been too afraid to get it wrong. Waiting on nothing now, waiting on whatever is in store. No excuses anymore, I'm gonna knock down every door. Waiting on nothing now. Wait until your record's perfect, till you hum a timeless tune. You're not quite ready to audition, but I'm sure you will be soon. This economy is tricky, best to put it off it seems. Quit your dull and dead-end day job to pursue your lifelong dreams. Sure you always had the feeling, she may not feel it too. Better wait a while to tell her, till you're sure just what you'll do. Whoa, 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 so tired of waiting, 'cause I've been waiting so long. Million moments been and gone, been afraid to get it wrong. Waiting on nothing now, bring on whatever is in store. No excuses anymore, gonna knock down every door. Waiting on nothing, wait until the guard comes down. I've already waited, wait until you're strong enough. I've already waited, wait until your timing is right. I've already waited. Oh, 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 'cause I've been waiting so long. Million moments, they're just gone. I'm too afraid to get it wrong. Waiting on nothing now, bring on whatever is in store. No excuses anymore, gonna knock down every door. Waiting on nothing now, I've got everything I need, got it all inside of me. Know who I am when I believe. Waiting on nothing now, gonna take my share of chances. Gonna lose some, gonna win. It's time to find out what I'm made of, time to find out I'm enough. I'm moving up, moving on. Waiting on nothing, waiting on nothing now. Waiting on nothing now.
Thank you, Dennis. So blessed by that music. And thank you, Joyce, for that delightful meditation. So now we're on the 5th week of our 7-week series based on the book Lessons of the Turtle, Living Right Side Up. And if you remember, Turtle took a fall, tumbled down the hill, and has been trapped laying on his back at the bottom of that hill for quite some time now. And he's been having a conversation with Al from his upside down position. I understand, said Turtle, the gift of the accident is the lesson of choice. We each choose our way through life. We choose where we will walk. We can choose to live right side up. The gift of the tree is the lesson of honor. We honor ourselves by coming to know ourselves, our potential, our passion, and our purpose. When we take time to learn about ourselves, we will find our special place in the universe. The gift of the cloud is the lesson of affirmation. Our affirmations are dreams, wonderful and lofty dreams that we express as if they have already come to pass. We repeat them until we believe them. Then we repeat them because we believe them, and we will eventually realize our aspirations. Then the gift of the butterfly that Kathy talked about 2 weeks ago is the lesson of now. Now is the time to decide to truly live, to make time for solitude and to make time for action. And now I would like some action. My life is literally upside down and I have had enough of this. Al, would you please help get me back on my feet? You know I would if I could, said Al. I'm afraid we'll just have to be patient a while longer. What do you mean, we? Asked Turtle. Is there someone else lying on his back? Well, as long as you stay put, you might as well enjoy another gift, Al encouraged. Do you see that mountain over there? Turtle had never seen the top of a mountain before. Like the tree, he just saw it as an obstacle that rises before him. In order to ascend to the summit, steps must be taken. This is the lesson of the goal. Though the mountain is high, the top can be reached one step at a time. The gift of the mountain is a lesson of goals. Small steps pursued every day will achieve the grandest of results. I like what the author says about goals. He says there are so many teachings on setting goals. That is not what this is about. What is important is that each of us knows where we want to go and that we take daily steps to get there. Just working toward a goal, advancing a little every day is all that is needed. Taking small steps that lead us to the goals we want to achieve. In order to do that, we need to be persistent. We need to stay the course. We need to focus on reaching the top. You know, that keeping our eyes on the prize. So when I think about this, I remember Reverend Mark working with the teens with goal setting for a whole week one summer. And what he developed was a sheet that said, one small step, the next small step. What is the next small step? And what he had them do was look at their goal and then say, okay, so if your goal is to lose weight, what are some of the things you have to do? Diet, exercise, da, 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 da. All right, so let's pick one of those. So the kid would pick exercise. And how do you like to exercise? I like going to the gym. So the next small step is asking someone if they can get you to the gym, right? Getting your transportation. So, so what would that next step be? If they say yes, what is the next thing you have to do to make sure that happens? What do you have to prepare yourself to do to make sure that can happen? And so it was taking them back step by step till they came to, this is the first step I have to take. And then I've already got the next steps all lined out because I started backwards and moved backwards. So many of you have seen the sign, be patient. God isn't through with you yet. Be patient. You and I, we're both learning. You and I, we're both changing. Stay the course. When Socrates was asked by a lost traveler, how can I reach Mount Olympus? Socrates answered, just make every step you take go in that direction. Focus on the terrain, not the top. What is the next step? What is the next thing Spirit is calling you to do? Ted St. Martin is a dairy farmer with a unique distinction. Although he's not a member of any basketball team and doesn't even play regularly. He is the world's most accurate shooter. One day he sank 200 consecutive baskets from all different positions on the court. Another day, this one amazes me, he made 927 straight shots from the foul line. His secret? He doesn't look at the basket, but he looks at the spot behind the basket on the backboard. In other words, he doesn't look only at the goal, but at the spot he needs to hit in order to move him towards that goal. We can do the same thing. Instead of being overwhelmed by the big picture or think it's way too big for us, because many times what comes forth from God, from Spirit, it seems way too big for us. If we look at the next step, just the next step that brings us closer, we can achieve anything, one step at a time. So there was a story that I just saw yesterday. So it was a video clip, a YouTube clip. It was about a 90-year-old woman in Scotland who on Easter decided she was going to climb Mount Sugerland or something like that. I don't know my Scottish landscapes very well. And they had gone into lockdown there, and she was going to climb it by climbing the flights of steps in her house. And so she decided if she climbed the steps, the whole flight, 3 times each day, after so many days, she would have climbed to the top of the mountain. And so even with knee replacements that were hurting her some and the lockdown, that was what she did. And she decided she would do it to raise money for charity. And she did it. She finished it. It was one step at a time. And by the time she was done, when she actually finished that amount of steps, she had raised half a million euros for this organization. Isn't that amazing? Age 90. So we're never too old, are we, to have a goal, to have someplace we want to go. And we're never too old to take one step at a time. And she may or may not have made it, but she started it and she did one step at a time. So how many of you have headed in the direction of your dreams and goals and hit that target immediately? Not many of us, right? Most of us meet roadblocks. Many of us become discouraged, and especially in Unity, we take it as a sign that this must not be the direction I'm supposed to go in. We feel like giving up, or we slip and slide down the mountain we are trying to climb up. Here is where affirmations are available to help. Here is where we remind ourselves of the progress we have already made. This is not the time to berate ourselves. This is not the time to say, oh, well, it's not mine to do. If that calling came from Spirit, if it wasn't from you go, if it came from Spirit and you know that's what you're supposed to do, don't let that roadblock make you change your mind, right? It's there to test you. It is time to allow yourself to feel good, because setbacks are only temporary. They're chances for challenges, for lessons. And here's where the rubber meets the road. Greg Lavoie, the author of The Calling, writes, motion is not necessarily progress any more than noise is necessarily music. Are you walking your talk? Are you affirming one presence and one power, however, not relying fully on God in the situation? Our behavior is a much better barometer of what we are than the words we speak. Living these principles we teach and taking action helps us to understand the value of a thimbleful of spiritual experience versus a mountain of spiritual knowledge. Putting feet under our prayers, getting back on track and taking the next sweet, small step. This takes persistence. Tom Hopkins, who's a motivational speaker, says, the number of times I succeed is in direct proportion to the number of times I can fail and keep on trying. Winston Churchill said, success is going from failure to failure without a loss of enthusiasm. And what is being said here is don't get discouraged. Did you know that it is said Emily Dickinson wrote more than 1,800 poems and less than a dozen got published in her lifetime? In fact, most of them got published more than 4 years after her death. Emily Dickinson didn't allow discouragement to keep her from her poetry. Emily Dickinson wrote this poem, and it's something that's really pretty, I think, that speaks to that. Hope is the thing with feathers that perches on the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. Spirit moves us and we take action. We can listen to God and follow the guidance that we receive. It is a two-way street. Do you remember the story about the real estate agent who was going through the countryside and comes upon an absolutely gorgeous farm? He stops he stops to chat. He stops and just chats with the farmer. I did that a lot when I was in Portugal and Spain. I would stop and talk with the farm people. He stops to chat with the farmer and says, "You have a magnificent farm, one of the prettiest I've ever seen. God has really done a great thing here on this farm." And the old farmer says, "Yeah, well, you should have seen it when God had it alone." The universe can do for us only what it can do through us. We're always co-creating our experiences. So to make that beautiful farm, we co-create with God. God doesn't do it alone, we don't do it alone. You are the only person who has sole custody of your life, and you get to choose. So God shows us the path, but we have to walk it. And that is the hero's journey we talk about so often. And on that journey, all things are possible. We are eternally floating on the sea of infinite possibilities. Norman Vincent Peale suggests becoming a possibilitarian. Here's the word, a possibilitarian. He said, no matter how dark things seem to be, raise your sights and see possibilities. Always see them, for they are always there. There are no problems, only solutions needing to be found. Become a possibilitarian. What are the possibilities? What are the solutions? Jesus taught the truth. Did he say some things are possible? Did he say many things are possible? Did he say a few things are possible? No, he said all things are possible, because we know that in the absolute, God is good all the time. And all things are possible to him or her who believes. And from the words of Dorothea Brand, author of the 1930s book, Wake Up and Live, she said, all that is necessary to break the spell of inertia and frustration is just this. Act as if it were impossible to fail. It would be impossible to fail. If it would be impossible to fail, what would you do? So are you ready to be a possibilitarian? And what is needed to be a possibilitarian? You need to be present. You need to stay awake, spiritually awake and physically awake. You need to speak words of truth, and you need to take action. Are you ready to transform your life and this planet? Because we know this planet needs some transformation right now. That is why you are here. I read recently that every community needs a group of angelic troublemakers. I like that. Angelic troublemakers don't cause harm, but they bring about positive change. And can you think about what is one thing you could do today to be an angelic troublemaker? Are you up for it? Can you decide each day to take some action, regardless of how small or how large, that will move you closer to your goals? Can you stay the course? Can you focus more on the terrain than the top? Can you expect roadblocks along the way? And can you persist? And soon you will achieve remarkable results. Just think about how Slow, maybe. Somebody described this over the weekend, last weekend, how slow each day seemed, but how fast the months have gone by. And I think that's the same thing. Sometimes each step seems so slow and so hard, but then when you look and you look back to see how far you've gone, oh my goodness, you're so amazed. We know without action, we can plan, we can dream, we can wish, and we can hope all we want. And it's like having a high-powered sports car in the driveway waiting for the key. We each have our own unique gifts and talents just waiting to be expressed. So my friend, if not now, when? Age does not matter. The 90-year-old Scottish woman. Age does not matter. Ruth Bader Ginsburg Bader, Ruth, Supreme Court Justice. You know, age does not matter. She is hanging in there, isn't she? So next week, join Reverend Kathy and Turtle as they learn about the gift of friends, and would encourage you to invite a friend to be part of viewing the service next week. Great time to invite a friend to come join you. And for this week, lots of one small steps. Namaste, everyone. And now I turn it over to Dennis for our final song.
Let's sing a song by Janice Stanfield and Megan McDonough, Amazing Things. You will do amazing things with the choice each new day brings, and with every step you take, bless the progress that you make. The reason you live is there in every gift you give. Love your life, live your dreams, you will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. All the places you will go, and the people you will know. Don't worry when or where or how. You don't need to know that now. You're on the right track. No need to look ahead or back. Love your life, live your dreams. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. You don't have to work it out, just stay in the here and now. Let your mind rest for a little while. Sometimes deepest answers come when you're out there having fun. So close your eyes and take a breath and smile. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Amazing, things. Amazing, amazing, amazing things.
Thanks, Dennis. And thank you all for being with us. And hope you enjoy your small steps. Drop in, see us in the Zoom meeting, and hope to see some of you in some other activities this week. Blessings, and together, the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and we are grateful. Amen. Namaste.